thing I want to talk about in the Resident Evil 4 remake is Ashley, because Ashley is actually is controlling pretty good. Controls pretty good as she did in the original. Like she like sticks close to you. She can like dodge enemy attacks. That's pretty cool as they did. That's so cool what they did to her. What they made us do. But yeah. And anyway, but she can like dodge enemy attacks. She doesn't have a health bar anymore, which is cool. Like remember in the OG, like she used to have a health bar and you had to like heal her using your healing items and stuff. Well, in the remake, you couldn't heal her. You just had to like pick her up, just had to like protect her and all that. You could like you had to like just protect her and all that. But Ashley is pretty fun, and don't judge me for this, but it's actually really cool that Ashley herself got a part in the castle, which is so sick. That's amazing to see when they get separated and you actually play as Ashley to go save Leon. That's like so amazing. That is so amazingly designed to have a separate, have a character that you're protecting. You're playing as the character that you protect as the protagonist in order to save them. Well, you can think of him as like a side character, but yeah. And the other thing I want to talk about is Luis, because I remember in the original that he didn't used to have a lot of screen time as he did. But in the remake now, it looks like they gave him a lot of more screen time than they did in the original. And this is something that I really appreciate. That's something I really appreciate. His death, man. I was like, his death still like makes me sad, makes me kind of want to tear up a little. But his death. I don't want to think about it no more. But excuse me. But this remake is like super duper amazing. Like Luis, Ashley, Krasuer, Sadler, Ramon, Salazar. That name is still funny. That name is so still funny. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the knife. The knife is like a get out of jail. Think of it as like a get out of jail free card. It's stealth kills, like short kills, like stabbing, breaking crates, and all that. But it's like the knife was just like it felt like just an accessory in the original. But think of an example from Krauser's boss fight. Like if they're gonna make it in the original Krauser boss fight, remember it was just QuickTime events, correct? Well, it was just QuickTime events, correct? Well, in the remake, you had to like do it yourself, and if the developers were gonna make it like you got to do it yourself, then they were gonna have to like design the knife to make it like a get out of jail free card and all that, like stealth kills, all that, stuns. Yeah, but then in order to balance the knife out, they had to make it like durability, like think of it like stamina, not stamina, but make it to the point where if like you use the knife a little too much, it can break, and you can't really defend yourself. Like let's say if like get grabbed and all that, you can't use your knife and you gotta like mash to escape and all that, like that. That's their way to like balance out the knife, and I think that's a cool way, because that's a good way to balance the knife out, because just you can't just like it felt like in the original it felt like just an accessory, but it's like in the remake now it's like crazy strong now. It's really strong. And that's what I really appreciate about the knife. That's what I appreciate about the developers to balancing out the knife, because it is whole. Because the knife is really good. The knife is really, really good now. Because in the original, the knife was good. It felt like more of an accessory. And now in the remake, it's like now a a really good weapon. And before I give my final verdict, we're gonna finally talk about the boss fights. The boss fights are amazing. As recently, I talked about Krauser's boss fight. Yeah, I talked about Krauser's boss fight as I compared it to the original and the remake when I talked about the knife. The boss fights are really amazing. Just like Delugo. I think I got that name right. Ramon Salazar. We got Vertigo. Well, I don't think Vertigo is is he a boss? I can't. I think. Well, I can't specifically remember, but yeah. But back on topic, the bosses are really cool. Like it feels like a rush of a challenge, rush of anxiety of what new moves they do, a rush of childhood memories that you used to experience while playing the original, because the original boss fights were good as well, but the remake you can say is like better because it's like the bosses are really amazing. Like chomping. Some of them has like insta kill moves. Like holy crap. The bosses are really amazing. Oh yeah, one more mention. Oh yeah, to give out one final mention, you can actually, and another thing, to give out one more mention about the remake, you can parry things with the knife. I'm dead serious. You can parry things with the knife. You can parry enemy attacks, projectiles, even insta kill moves. That's like you can even escape getting grabbed. That's amazing. I know I recently talked about this when I was talking about how the developers were balancing out the knife in the Krauser boss fight, but the knife, like, whenever you do I also talked about it in Assassin Kills, but whenever you do that, it takes up like a chunk. It takes like some of the knife's durability, so it may break. So how do it break? So basically, gotta be careful. You can mash, if you don't want to use a knife, you can just mash, or you can just use it to as a get out of jail free card. It's like a get out of jail free card. If you don't want to but sometimes there's moments where you have to use the knife because you're about to die and everything, so you can't really mash, so you're gonna have to use everything about the knife. But I know there's more to talk about, but other than that, I'm not it's not my if you have any opinions on what I said, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. But if you're gonna want my final verdict on Resident Evil 4, to be specific, the Resident Evil 4 remake, I will give this game a 10 out of 10 because it feels like it lives up to the original Resident Evil 4. It feels like you're playing the same the same game that you played years ago, but it just feels a little different. Graphic wise, you can say you can clearly see the difference between one and the other, and it feels like it plays a little feels a little different, how it used to be, how it used to be in the original. But other than that, I'm gonna be honest, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, it feels like perfect. It lives up to the original, and I highly recommend it to those who really enjoy the remake of Resident Evil, who enjoys Resident Evil games, horror, shooters, all of that. I highly recommend you give Resident Evil 4 a shot, because it is truly a masterpiece, one of Capcom's best games ever made, and I hope they continue to make more amazing games just like that.